junior high school, and high school, where we teach them to be future environmentalists. So that's who we are. We're a non-profit. We raise all our money privately. However, we have a relationship with the mayor's office. We've been around since 1970, so we've been around for about 40 years. And we're located on Chambers Street. And because we're located on Chambers Street, we have no phone and we've had no heat because of Superstorm Sandy. But we do a lot of work in all 5 boroughs, so we're not in the office that much as well. Anyway. So that's our annual report. Our website is grownyc.org. On the website, you can get a lot of information related to the garden. I put together a packet for everyone for today, and each of you can pick up one of these packets. Make a file in your office somewhere for the garden, because I'll be giving you a lot of information. The idea is that I will be working with you for the next year, and then you guys will work on maintaining the garden self-sufficiently. So I'm here to see that you guys understand how to take care of the garden and keep it going. This is a month-to-month garden calendar that we put together over years, so it's very helpful to the gardeners. So for instance, the first page is the month of January, and it tells you what things you should be doing in a garden during the month of January, and it goes all the way through the calendar year. This is also available online at grownyc.org. If you're interested, I brought copies for you as well. The other thing that I wanted to include today was what we're talking about, putting the garden to rest for winter. And some of you may have picked up this other handout. Each of you should have this. There are things that we need to do to make sure that the garden overwinters properly. And from what I understand, we're going to have a rough winter. It's not going to be like last winter with hardly any snow. But they're saying that the evidence that they have is suggesting that there's going to be quite a bit of snow and cold weather. So we have to make sure we protect the apple trees that are there and the perennials that are growing, like the rosemary, and the other herbs that are overwintering in the garden. So you'll see me out in the garden in the next week or two planting ryegrass. We're going to be putting down, after we clear out all the vegetables that will not survive the winter, we're going to be sowing ryegrass seed that in the spring you guys will help me turn over, and that will help nourish the soil as well. It's a totally organic garden. We're not using any pesticides for obvious reasons. We're eating a lot of the food that comes from that garden, and we want to make it as safe as possible. The other thing I thought I'd include were the recipes for the things that I've cooked here, just to show you how easy, and a lot of you probably know this already, how easy it is to harvest from the garden and then make something in your kitchen. So as I said, except for the apples, because Max and I gave out all the apples, but except for the apples, all those vegetables are from your garden. So that butternut squash is from your garden, and I roasted it in the oven at about 400 degrees with some olive oil, cinnamon, and pureed it in the Cuisinart over there, and there's a butternut soup on the stove. So it's very easy if you've never had butternut squash. You could also do it with the green squash, which is acorn.